And we're recording.
Oh, we're recording. Okay. We're starting. We're good.
Let's start it.
All right. Hello, Nicholas.
Hi, Maddie. How are you? Oh, wait, that's not the wrong podcast. Wrong podcast. No one cares how we are on the Drag Race recap episode.
Right. Of course.
Right.
No. Exactly. No one gives a shit about us.
No, I mean, not
so
even
we'll
us.
just get right into it then.
Let's just get right into it. Welcome to What the Fuck is Happening, the sequel, the spin-off, the recap, review, Drag Race Down Under, spin-off, bonus episodes.
Love
Episode
that.
2.
Yes.
Really smooth and not at all clunky.
No, it made a lot of sense to me. I'm not going to lie.
Good.
Like, it did make a lot of sense. It was good.
Okay, we watched the episode separately this week, didn't we? We
did. It was sad.
Stuck
Not
in-
even like at the same time.
No, we were stuck in different cities because getting my bowels checked and my throat checked and also Mother's Day.
Yeah, it was like a whole trifecta.
It was.
Anyway, so yes, we did not watch together, which was honestly devastating because there was like probably 15 million times where I turned and was like, I just want to tell Nick something.
Yep.
So in conclusion, we have not shared any thoughts about this episode. So this is as much a debrief for us as it is a review for the listeners.
Yeah, I specifically challenged myself to not text you while I was watching it, even though
I know.
I took everything. So instead I texted my notes app.
Same!
And we have a lot of writing. And you can't see that. Oh yeah, you can.
Honestly, love that. And kind of same. Mine's
whole
very
nother page.
concise.
Oh.
Wow. No, mine's not that much.
Well, we already know I don't do concise.
All right, well, we got to get into it then.
Should I do some lavender spray just for the vibes?
Sure.
Stunning.
How did you feel? Calm?
So calm.
Love
So
that.
calm.
Wow.
Okay. We started off the episode. I think it was... Yeah, it started after JoJo Zaho.
It did.
Her eliminationo.
Yes. Yep. It did.
Which I'm still
That
sad
was
about.
sad. Yeah. Still gutted that she's not in it anymore.
Mm-hmm. Although, on the positive side, it does seem she's the fan favourite, which we love.
I mean, why wouldn't she be, really? It's fucking hilarious. Tea.
Very that.
Yeah.
Very that. Okay, so actually, before we even start. Wait, no, never mind.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, okay. Before we even start, there was rumors before the season even aired that this was going to be the worst Snatch Game in Drag Race history.
Oh my god, stop. Was there really?
There was. I don't know if it was the worst, but
It was really pretty bad.
it was very bad. In the words of Detox, the drag queen, I'm not saying I'm the best, but I ain't the worst.
Yeah, oof. I mean, I haven't seen all of the Snatch Games, so I can't, adequately say, but the fact that they were all like, I think this was one of the best Snatch Games ever, genuinely had me on the floor laughing.
Except Karen.
Wow.
Karen was like, you guys are delusional. That was horrific.
It's really true. It was horrific. It was very bad.
It was very bad. It was so awkward and so cringe.
Yeah. So messy, just right from the beginning.
Right from the beginning of the episode. Because we got to see
messy.
the queens being even a little bit more shady. You know what? I have a bone to pick with Stan / World of Wonder / TVNZ. And that is, these episodes are like 55, 54, 53 minutes long.
Yeah.
The UK and US versions are full 60 at least. And
Really?
they use that extra 5 minutes as workroom footage to get to know the queens more.
Right.
I feel like we're 2 episodes in and we've gotten 0 of their actual personalities in the workroom.
I mean, yes, but that also could potentially be because they're all boring as shit.
It could, but I feel like that's not it.
I don't know. Maybe none of them are being like shady or sharing
But they are.
anything in the. Well.
And even so, it's the. Yeah. Even so, the producers, it's their job to make drama. It's their job to create conversations. I think it was literally Max's Shield who was like, so whose parents accepts them?
That was a lot.
Subtle.
That was definitely a lot. Yeah.
It was a lot.
Wow.
So this was the Kylie episode, the Kylie and Danny episode.
Oh my god, don't even fucking get me started on that whole schmozzle.
Schmozzle.
Yeah, that was really fucked up that they were like, yes, Kylie Minogue and Danny Minogue are going to be... Danny actually did at least have kind of like
an actual live conversation.
Interaction. Yeah. Kylie Minogue was like a 10-second pre-recorded.
Here's RuPaul.
Yeah.
And a question in the Snatch Game.
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was weird.
Which, like, does that mean that every guest this season is going to be just for other segments and no one's going to be a guest judge?
I mean, potentially. I feel like that's where we're kind of at.
Like, it's fair. It's New Zealand and there's COVID, but, like, sad.
Surely they could have, like, a Zoom link being set up. I don't know.
Well, a ton of reality shows do that.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
don't know.
Although I will say Reese and Michelle's dynamic is getting me through it. I feel like there's a real dark banter love-hate relationship going on there, and I stand it.
It's really true.
It's so funny to watch.
It's so funny to watch. It's like, do they like each other or do they hate each other? Who the fuck knows?
Who the fuck knows?
Who the fuck knows? Very funny.
Okay, so yes.
I'm vibing with that.
Same. Kylie Minogue introduces RuPaul. RuPaul comes in and she's all, hey, Snatch Game, let's do it. Right?
Yes. Yes.
And they're all like, wig, episode 2, Snatch Game, go off, queen.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah. That's basically it. Like, nothing... Oh, wait, no, wait. There was, like, a workroom situation where
there was a workroom walk around, yeah.
And RuPaul told that one person that they were terrible. Rotten, I think, was the word. She
told Coco Jumbo that one of her outfits last week was rotten.
And it was.
And it was.
Yeah.
Apart from that, I don't know that there was much else.
It wasn't really much, although RuPaul was definitely vibing with Art Simone. Like, Art was making her laugh, so that was a thing.
Yeah, for sure.
That's really it. Nothing else really happened.
That is.
Snatch Game.
Oh, and then we find out what all the characters are going to be. And,
yeah.
Scarlett Adams and, Art were both going to do Bindi.
Yes. I which is like, again, as was said in the episode, like, iconic Australian, where's the source material? Like, yeah, that was a choice, for sure.
Apart from her TV shows when she was a kid, she's, like, been out of the public eye since.
Yeah, yes, it's very true. It's very true.
And Scarlett Adams changed to Jennifer Coolidge, which was a smart choice, I think. I think she did solid.
She did solid. It was solid. Like, it wasn't a great performance, but it was solid.
Yeah. Anyway, we get to the Snatch Game. What's the vibe? How you feeling? From the get-go, Are you like, mess? Or are you like, I have hope? No,
mess. Immediately. Mess. Okay, I have, like, 5 people... It was truly chaotic, but in, like, a really hilarious way. You know, when sometimes you watch a Snatch Game and they're really bad and you're like, oh my god, I feel uncomfortable just watching this. I can't imagine being a part of it.
Yes.
Whereas at least this one, it was like, oh my god, they're all so bad and that's so funny, you know? So at least it kind of had that going for it.
That's the thing. Is, like, no Snatch Game has ever been good. There's not been a single Snatch
No.
Game where everyone was good. There's always one or two standouts.
No, yeah.
3 max, and then everyone else is cringe.
It's really true. It's
So that's
really
something
true.
I feel like people need to remember, first and foremost.
Well, I think that the thing is that this one was just like a bit disproportionate. There was way more bad people than there was good people.
There was really only one good person.
Yeah, well, Queen Elizabeth. Who was
Yeah.
that?
That was Anita Wiglet.
Anita Wiglet,
Well,
yeah.
let's walk through who they chose, all the characters that they chose, if we can remember.
Okay. I
Although
can't.
in the work, what you just call me? I'm kidding. In the workroom, Kidamine was like, okay, so help me pick my 2 options: Carol Baskin or Dr. Seuss.
Stop.
And I was like, neither, for starters. Whilst I like Kidamine, I think those 2
Yeah.
options were terrible.
They definitely were, but if those were the only 2 options she had,
She should have gone with Carol.
why would she have... Yes! Why did she go with Dr. Seuss? Oh, God. That was a choice. Although I will say that she did kind of come through in the end. Like, the first one, terrible. And then towards the end, she was kind of getting her rhyming going on, and I was like, okay, it's not bad.
Yeah, they rhymed, but they weren't funny.
A couple of them were kind of funny, although I can't really now produce examples because I didn't
Because
write
it
them
didn't
down.
happen.
It did happen. I feel like
No,
a
it
couple of
didn't.
hers were kind of fun. There was one, I think,
There was a single
I
one
don't
that
know,
was
I
funny.
think she rhymed one with vulva or maybe vagina, and I was like, that's kind of
Yes. That was the only one that was funny. That was it.
funny. Okay.
However,
She only spoke like 3 times, so 1 of 3 isn't bad compared to 0 of 3.
I mean, I guess that's true. I appreciate the kahunas on Kidamine for doing a character who she has to overthink everything to try and rhyme everything.
Yeah, that's accurate.
Don't make it harder on yourself than it needs to be, right?
It's really true, for sure, for sure. Yeah, oof.
Okay, and like there was only like, 3 queens who did actual Australian celebrities? Which is really fair.
Yeah, I guess.
I just think it's an interesting observation.
Yeah, definitely not all of them did. No, there was
Well-
Lindy Chamberlain. That was a choice.
That was a whole thing. That was a whole
That
thing.
was a whole thing. Yeah.
Oof.
I mean, yeah, oof. Oof.
Let's not do that yet. Let's get to that later.
Okay. There was Bindi Irwin.
There was Bindi Owen. There was someone before. First we had Karen's Dolly Parton,
Yeah, Karen's Dolly Parton.
which that accent was whack.
Terrible letdown. Honestly.
But I think
that
she
Dolly
had the,
Parton was a letdown.
It was, but I think she had the,
Did she?
the gung-ho. Better than Kidamine's Dr. Seuss. Again, I think Kidamine's Carol Baskin could have been good.
No.
Whatever. Also, what made it worse is that, the other day, like the day before this episode aired, Girls 5 Over came out, and Tina Fey does the most iconic Dolly Parton impression, like, ever.
Oof.
Literally, she came on screen, and I was like, that's Dolly Parton. How did they get Dolly Parton on this show? But no, it was Tina Fey.
Oh, no. Well,
So she had a lot to live up to.
that's unfortunate.
It is.
That's
Yeah,
really
and then it was Art Simone's Bindi Owen, who was really
yes, it
just
was.
Art Simone.
Yeah, but bad.
But
Well, I wouldn't even say it was Art Simone. I would say it was literally just...
an Australian
jokes.
stereotype, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Which, like,
It did not.
and they were repetitive, but, like,
Oof, yes, they were very repetitive. I thought she was actually one of the weakest for Snatch Game. I really did.
I did too. No, I totally did. I don't think she should have been in the bottom 2 weakest, but I do think she was the weakest. One of the weakest.
Yeah.
Anyway.
She did look pretty incredible, though.
She looked great.
Yeah.
She did look great.
Yeah.
And then Art Simone, and then we had Coco Jumbo's Lizzo, whose opening line worked, and then the rest was... I don't even know if she got more lines than that.
She did, and all of them were just, like,
Fine.
titles of the songs.
Oh.
It was bad. It was very bad.
The accent was fine. The accent was good. I liked it.
I honestly wasn't even focused on the accent.
I thought we
She
were
looked
going to
good
be
again.
mean.
I'm being honest.
Okay. True. She did really look the part. She looked really good.
She did. She looked very good.
The
Who was next?
Who was next?
Yeah.
Next was Anita Wiglet's Queen Elizabeth.
Fucking hilarious.
Truly, by far the winner, as RuPaul said.
By far the winner, yes.
One of the strongest Snatch Games out of all of the series, I think.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that.
It was really good. The Prince Andrew
funny.
text joke.
Stop.
When I tell you my jaw was on the floor, I was cackling.
I screamed.
That was so damn funny.
That was so funny. Oh my god. Yes. Wow.
The biggest revelation this
bold.
episode is that I'm an Anita Wiglet stan.
Mood. I was definitely not into her last episode, but now I'm like, wow, she's got balls, and I love that.
Yeah. And also pretty strong looks.
Truth.
It was so damn funny.
She was definitely embodying Queen Elizabeth.
Yes. See, that's what, Anita Wiglet did what Art Simone thought she was trying to do. In that Art Simone's whole idea was, I'm going to do Bindi Irwin, but I'm going to do it my interpretation over the top way.
Yeah. Yes.
And she didn't really. But that's what Anita Wiglet did with Queen Elizabeth.
Yeah, 100%. For sure. Loved it.
Yeah.
Snatch.
Cute. Next, down the bottom left was Electroshock as Moira Rose / Catherine O'Hara. It was
not bad. It wasn't great. I would say it was like bottom middle.
Okay.
Lower middle, if that makes sense.
See, I think the issue was there that didn't translate was that they're not allowed to do copyrighted characters. So she wanted to do Moira Rose, obviously. That's who she was.
Yeah.
But she had to say she was being Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara, yeah.
Which the judges mustn't have clicked with them, or they haven't seen Schitt's Creek or something. But they were like, well, why didn't you do, like, Home Alone or anything? Like, why?
Yeah.
Was that... And, yeah. I think she shot herself in the foot by choosing an actual character.
It's really, really true. I think, what's her face? Michelle Visage did kind of say Moira Rose later on when they were talking on the judging panel, but again, I don't know.
Didn't translate very well.
Yeah. It's an unfortunate circumstance for her.
Yeah.
But it wasn't terrible.
The accent was terrible, but the rest of it was like, she stayed in character.
Yeah, she did. She didn't really get much of an opportunity to speak, though.
I'm sure she did, they just didn't air it.
Oh, fair.
Yeah. They were like, this is already messy enough, we don't need more answers that make no sense.
Fair.
You know? Next, I believe, was Maxi Shad's
Magda Zubanski.
Which was good. It just wasn't that funny.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, was it good? All the judges were like, wow, she really embodied Magda. And I was like, did she? I don't know.
Weird.
It's hard to say. I don't really know Magda very well. So, I don't think she's like that iconic of like a...
Well, Maxi did a character as well, one of Magda's characters, but it didn't translate very well. Yeah. Fair. Which is fair. I say all this, but like the nerves when you're up there must be insane. You know?
It's really true. I could never do it. I am not anywhere near funny enough.
Insane.
Yeah, no.
You're funny looking enough.
I would not be able to do it. Wow, thank you. Okay, who's next?
Lindy Chamberlain, etc. is Lindy Chamberlain. Let's try to unpack it, I guess. I hate to say it, but I liked it.
I kind of didn't mind it. Like, she did a pretty good job.
She made it funny.
She did make it funny. And the other queens kind of, like, sass that maybe it's not really a topic that should be funny. It's like, yes, that's probably true, but also she kind of made it funny. So...
Reese's reaction on the panel was, like, like, oh my god, this is cringe. How can she be doing this? That was my
Yeah.
reaction too.
Yeah.
But I feel like most of her jokes were pretty okay. Like, it was 40 years ago.
It's true. It's not like it was like last year or anything,
No.
for sure.
And because it was Linda Chamberlain was trending on Twitter because of it. People trying to cancel Drag Race Down Under.
Oof.
And I'm like, if you had to cancel every single Australian comedian or show or reality show that has made a Lindy Chamberlain joke,
Yeah.
you'd have to cancel literally every single one.
It's really true.
Right? Like, is
Yeah,
it insensitive?
I
Should she not have
know.
done it? Absolutely, she should not have done it.
Yeah.
But, like, she
Yeah.
did. And in my opinion, there was only really one joke that went way too far, and that was the bloody fox, the bloody dingo puppet.
Wild. Honestly, I blocked that out. I don't remember that at all.
The rest of the jokes were, like, brutal, but, like, funny. I don't
Fair.
know. I think it was a choice.
Honestly, for me, it was definitely RuPaul vibing with it. He thought it was fucking hilarious. And I
Because
was
it
like,
was.
wow, that's... yeah, well, that was bold of him for her,
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Rue was like, we are going to hell for this. And I'm like, yes, you are.
True. But at
True.
least you know it.
At least you know it. And then lastly, we had Kid Amin's Dr. Seuss, which I've already said what I thought about it.
Yeah, that was a lot. It was a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we went through all the characters. One note I took during it was me in my head confirming that the show is just very overlit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Visually overlit. And you can see like all the shadows and stuff in their glasses, all reflections in glasses and stuff. And it creates like a bit of a thingy around the screen.
Yeah.
I can't think of the word right now, but a bit of a haze around the screen.
Yeah, it's got a whole like glow to it. It's really weird.
Because it's overlit and they filmed it so quickly, I just don't think they had the budget to do staging.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, on other
Well, and as
reality
you said,
shows-
considering that the location of it was changed so abruptly as well.
so abruptly, yeah. And like, yeah, they didn't have the time or energy to get the queens out there to do staging to see if the lights would be reflecting and stuff. So it's very much just
Yeah. And honestly,
at least for the first season.
Well, it honestly is just like first season. Well, no, it's actually not even as bad as first season of the American Drag Race.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah. Anyway, that was my thought during that.
Okay, and then it was all of them being like, wow, we did such a great job.
Yeah, and Karen and the audience being like, no.
Did you though?
Did you though?
No, that was interesting of them.
Yes. And then we had them getting ready for the runway, right? And
Yes.
they had a couple of shots of etc., saying snide comments, and it very much made her seem like she's getting the villain edit, which I don't love. Because that's kind of the only shady comments they're showing are really hers that are really quite mean.
Maybe no one else is saying shady comments. I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty.
It's pretty.
I don't know. As you said, I just don't really feel like there's like a lot of characterization generally going on at the moment. So
Yeah. Hopefully with less queens as it goes on, there'll be a bit more, I guess. Yeah. Cute. So the theme for the runway is Sea Sickening, correct?
Sea Sickening, yes. Yes.
Yes. There were like 5
They
Ursulas.
had like I guess, yeah, kind of. I don't know. I feel like the first, I'd have to see them line up on the runway, but the first like 4 were really good. The middle 4 were really bad, and then the last 2 were really good again.
Go off. I didn't note the ones I didn't like, but I did note that I liked Kid Amin's.
Let me see.
Oh, I thought Art Simone's look was stunning. It was like the green, dark green, like foamy thing.
Stunning.
It was really, really good. It was really strong.
Stunning. Yeah, you're totally right.
And then my absolute favorite one of the night was Etcetera's diving look. The old-timey diving look.
Really?
I loved it. It was camp and fashion.
She looked amazing, but it felt really plain to me.
Really? She had an entire old-timey diving helmet.
Yeah, I don't know. Then she just had a jumpsuit on.
I thought it was dope. I love the way it looked. Oh, and Karen's shark. That was cool.
Fucking phenomenal. Yes, loved that. Oh my god, why isn't there any pictures?
Oh,
wow.
What
this is very rude.
Did you not make that your favorite?
No, because I liked the beginning ones and the end ones, and then hated basically all the middle ones.
Well, it sounded like your favorites were Art Simone or Karen.
There was okay. I think from the diving one.
Yeah.
Was bad. Didn't like the white pearl thing. Didn't like Coco Jumbo's black thing. Did not like that weird foam thing that person was wearing. I'm so bad with names. And then we had the shark, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Which I loved. And then, oh my god, and that beautiful coral thing that one person was wearing right at the end. That was amazing.
Those like 3 coral ones.
No, the one that was the gigantic thing.
Was that Scarlett Adams?
I don't know.
I think it was. I don't know. But yeah, there was like 3
amazing.
coral ones. There was Anita Wiglet, Scarlett Adams, and
what did Anita Wiglet wear?
Anita Wiglet had the flat hair to the side, like it was in the water.
Oh yeah, I didn't mind that one.
And the coral.
It was alright. It was okay.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was after Art Simone? Because I think I really liked that one too. Yeah, and then after that.
And then after that, it would have been Electra or Anita. I think. Don't quote me on that.
Well, in conclusion, I feel like there were a lot of like really, really, really good looks.
Yes, there was. Even the not as good
good
ones
looks
were still
like
good.
fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, see, and then the bad ones were bad.
Oh, really?
In my opinion.
Compared to the first week, like even the worst ones were still not terrible. They were quite good. Because first week, there were some choices.
There were some choices, yes. But I feel like a couple of them just went to like 0 effort. The pearl thing, I was really not that into. I think it was Maxie Shield wearing that. Was. Again, like, it was nice and she looked beautiful, but it was so plain for the theme. It was just a bit like, oh.
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, it was her and Electroshocks was the white foam one, but it was really just, like, doily material. It didn't look like foam.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so weird. So weird. Wasn't into that.
I think they were the only 2 that were a bit not as good.
I didn't really like Coco Jumbo's black thing, but I also
that one was quite bland. Yes,
it was bland. Yeah,
it didn't say sea themed.
Yeah. Anyway, so in conclusion, I feel like the runway looks were like mostly fairly solid, but there were a couple of really bad ones.
Sure, I'd agree, but we then have the winner and the bottoms.
Yeah, so Anita Wiglet, fair that she's the winner. I agree.
Completely. Iconic.
The people who were safe, I also agree with.
I didn't.
Who did you think should have been in the bottom? Well, I mean, I don't think that Art Simone should have been in the bottom, but I mean, like, the people who were originally safe in, like, the first round.
Yeah, when they said Ketamine was safe in the first round, I was like, excuse me?
How is she? You need to tell me who that is.
Ketamine was Dr. Seuss.
Right, and what was her runway look?
Her runway look was a coral one, I believe.
Yeah, I think...
Actually, no, hers was an Ursula one. Hers was an Ursula one with the tentacles. I actually quite liked it. It just wasn't, like, the best Ursula of the night, I don't think.
That's really fair. Let me see if there's a picture. Of course there is not. Wow. I feel like her Dr. Zeus wasn't that bad. And if it's the outfit that I'm thinking of, then it saved her.
Okay, it is the one you're thinking of.
I feel like it's like was good enough to make up for a kind of bad in the beginning, but not terrible in the end, Dr. Zeus.
Okay, well, that seems to be the opinion that the judges had. I don't know why I wasn't vibing with the Dr. Seuss thing at all, but...
Well, okay, I think I just don't agree with Art Simone being in the bottom two. I feel like everything else I'm kind of okay with, but Art Simone being in the bottom two was a terrible, wild choice because her Bindi Irwin...
Bottom three, yes.
Yes, I agree. Her Bindi Irwin was very, very bad.
We're forgetting that apart from the winner and the two that were safe, everyone else was in the bottom.
It's really true. Which
was a lot.
Accurate. That was a lot.
The
yeah.
Sorry,
I think it should have been Coco. I do think it should have been her, sadly. Mm-hmm. And I think it should have been Maxi Shield. Because her Magda was fine and her runway was fine. Like neither of them were shining moments, whereas Art Simone's runway was fucking phenomenal.
Phenomenal, yeah. I'd agree. And she had at least one or two funny jokes. Art did.
Well...
one or two at least.
I don't know about that. Maybe. But I don't think she should have been bottom two, and she definitely should not have fucking gone home. In saying that, Coco did 100% win that lip sync.
Totally. Absolutely.
But, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I'd say Coco was the only one who I was sure would be in the bottom two, to be honest. And I love Coco's energy.
He hasn't really... I think Coco to me seems like a really, really, really nice person. She just seems really sweet and kind. But she's not turned many strong looks yet.
No. But I will say, the look she did for Lizzo was incredible.
Yeah, it was. That's true.
I thought that was incredible, and it's a shame that the rest of the looks haven't translated as well as that one, but...
Yeah, it's really true. Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. Also, all of the judges were so fucking savage when they were telling them all like the critiques and stuff. Wow, particularly Michelle, but they were all so savage. I was like, wow, can't believe you're just gonna say that right to their fucking face. Yeah,
there was no cushioning or anything. They just went for it.
They just went for it, yeah.
I'm sure part of it's the fact that they just spent 2 weeks in quarantine.
Yeah, probably. They just over the bullshit already.
It was wild.
Yeah, it was wild. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and then the bottom two was Art Simone and Coco, which sad.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Coco did win the lip sync. Not unfortunately, that came out wrong. She won it fair and square.
She did win it fair and square. I could not take my eyes off her.
Yes. Which, and then Art Simone goes home, which is a huge shock to everyone. I'm not going to lie, Art Simone and Coco Zoho were my two favourites. And they've both gone home.
That's really fair. It was a pretty big plot twist, I'm not going to lie.
But it's not a plot twist, it's a stunt elimination.
Okay, well, she was a really solid queen, and I do not feel like it was fair for her to have gone home this early.
I agree. I'd agree, yes, completely.
I think she was, her looks and stuff, I feel like she was, contender for a winner.
With Karen.
So, yeah.
And Anita, now, because I stand Anita Wicklet.
Really true. It's really true. I agree with that, so.
Good.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, but my absolute favourite part of the episode was, although, to be honest, when she was, sobbing on stage and hugging all the other contestants, I was, on the verge of tears.
I know, that was a lot. That was very emotional.
It was very emotional.
I felt really bad for her.
I did too, and then she went backstage.
Oh my God,
and was getting interviewed by the producers, and my favourite moment of any show ever happened.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm assuming you know what I talk about. It's already a meme.
Yeah, sure. Of course I know what you're talking about. Are you going to say it?
Oh, yeah, well, the producer says, she's like, I can't believe I'm the first one going home. I can't believe I didn't make it. And the producer behind the camera goes, well, at least you made it onto the show. That's something. And then Art goes, that means nothing. I will never be able to live this down.
Ever.
Ever.
Fuck. That was so fucking funny. She was like...
Truly, Art Simone gets the assignment. She understands what reality TV is. And it's the same with Coco with the funny confessionals.
Yeah.
Not Coco, sorry, Jojo.
Jojo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Art Simone, you gave us an iconic exit line.
Wow. Honestly, she was a very proud person. And I don't feel like I was vibing with her personality very much. But, like, I feel very bad for her.
Oh, see, I was vibing.
I don't know.
Was she cocky? Really. Yes. But, like,
yeah.
And I think it was in a good way. But
she kind of reminded me of, like, Alaska. It's, like, that type of personality for me.
I'd agree, although from the videos I've seen, she was much more, Alaska was a far more sore loser.
You don't think Art Simone being like, I will never live this down is being a sore loser?
I'll send you a video to when the queens of season... what was it? Season 5 found out...
I think that was.
Found out who the winner was, because Alaska did not react well. And if you've seen All Stars 2, you'll see her tantrum when she was up for elimination at the final.
I don't know. I mean... Sure, I don't really know it that well, so I'll let you. You probably can win that one.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. Alaska's tantrum was so bad that when All Stars 2 came around, RuPaul did an interview and she was like, I'm not gonna lie, I actually wasn't sure that I wanted to crown Alaska because of the way she reacted when she lost her original season was so horrific and so childlike. I didn't know that I wanted to crown her. But she did.
Iconic.
Art was not that bad.
Art was not that bad. Although at the beginning of the episode, where she was really, really pissed off that Karen had won the last challenge, which was a lot. She was like, I should have won that. Yeah.
I mean, I thought it was pretty close between the two of them.
It was definitely very close, yeah.
But I think Karen's bikini look really sold it for me.
Fair. Anyway, so that was basically that.
Yeah, there was a lot to unpack, but also nothing. It was a mess.
It was a mess.
The preview for next week's episode wasn't really anything too exciting, I don't think.
No, nothing really. I don't even remember what it was, so nothing coming to mind.
No, it's a song. They've got to do a song, which I'm always keen for.
Same. Inevitably, there's always, like, a really, really good one.
There's always a bing bang bong.
There is always a bing bang bong.
Do you want to know a little... Oh, sorry. I was going to say, do you want to know a little tea?
Sure.
So I've heard a rumor, just a rumor, that there will be a return queen. That in episode 4 or 5, a queen will return.
Surely it's JoJo.
Well, I'm saying, if I had, like, I'm going to be sad no matter who it is because I stan Art Simone and I stan JoJo Zaho. But it's not going to be both.
Maybe.
But apparently they're doing International All-Stars now, so maybe they'll sweep them.
Interesting.
Oui.
Bringing pizza off.
Anyway, do you have any
our Australian
final
slang of the week?
Australian slang of the week. I didn't write anything down for that, TBH.
Well, they talked about they did a shoey at the beginning, and my question to you is, they did explain what a shoey was, although they did use the word piss up, which I feel like can be our slang, because I don't know if Americans in particular know what, that's how they were like, people do shoeys at piss ups, and it's like, that's You did not further explain that for anyone outside of Australia. So firstly,
this is very true. A piss up.
Piss up.
Impromptu
Basically
party.
yes, where everyone gets really fucking drunk. That's like the point of it.
Not even a party, even a barbecue. Like,
it's really true. It's just a gathering.
yeah, a gathering. Yeah. Tea. That is our
More
Australian pick up, piss up.
Okay, but the question is, because they actually did a shoey and they all were talking about it like it's a real thing, and I have never seen anybody actually do a shoey before. Have you?
Yes.
Wow, that's disgusting. Who?
At college. I was disgusted. I hate feet.
That's really fair, actually. That makes sense.
That makes complete sense in my fantasy. Should we call this episode Shoey?
Shory.
Shory.
Yeah.
Go off, queen. Or piss up.
Love a piss up. I mean, I don't, but love the vibe of it.
Don't love a piss up, but you love piss?
Exactly. That's exactly what I was trying to say, of course.
What were your final thoughts on the episode then?
My final thoughts. Some really, really good runway looks. Wild Snatch Game. I don't know. Honestly, the episode was like, it was good and I was entertained.
Yeah.
And that's that. Like, it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was particularly special. But I was entertained.
Yes. Although Anita Wiglet won $5,000 for winning Snatch Game, and I'm like,
that's
like a sixth of the actual grand prize.
It's really true. It's a very significant amount of money. Well, compared to the grand prize,
yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, my final thought is, I mean, yeah, I continue to love it. I love seeing Australian drag queens.
Same.
I think that people maybe need to remember that it's a reality show about drag queens fighting each other.
Yeah.
Like, don't take it so seriously. It's not meant to be like a Nobel Peace Prize winning piece of documentary art. It's meant to be ridiculous.
I think that, it's really true.
And I think people forget that. And they take it too seriously, and yeah. Sorry.
I think that people take everything too seriously these days. Like, they just, like, I don't know. It's so easy to, these days, what happens often is people conflate real life morals with TV. And it's like, that does have a place in some discourse, but not in all. Yeah. So you can't, I don't know. You can't apply a real life moral lens to everything, and this is one of those things that you kind of really shouldn't.
Totally agreed. Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Wig. Okay, so that was exciting, fun. Can't wait for next week's Bop to come out.
Truth. Oh my god, the amount of times they're all going to say fucking cunt. It's really revived, I feel like, inspired my love for that word. I'm not going to lie.
Go off. Go absolutely off. You deserve it. It's what she deserves. While I'm here, if you want another reality show, Australian reality show to watch, you should pick up Big Brother like I told you to. It's wild.
I should, you're right. Definitely.
Cute. Okay. Thanks for watching the What the Fuck is Happening spin-off sequel bonus episode. Recap review of Drag Race Down Under.
Wow.
Fun.
Fun.
Bye.
Bye.
You were here.
That means nothing.